Good afternoon, Bravehearts, and welcome to the Doc of Detox show. I'm Dr. Daryl Wolf, and today what we're going to be doing is we're doing a live Q&A on the 6-day advanced water fasting challenge, okay? So we'll only be able to actually take questions from Facebook and YouTube today. Gad's going to be bringing those questions up online for us so that we can see them when they come up. So feel free to ask me any questions on the 6-day advanced water fast, and also on anything else like mental health issues, physical or nutritional, okay? Or if you want to challenge me on something that you've learned or something you heard from me, feel free to do that. Now, Christian is from Croatia, right?
Hi, everybody.
Yeah, look at, there they are right there.
Okay.
They're there, not
I'm
here.
confused.
But anyways, he's from Croatia, and what are you doing here?
I just had the best journey and adventure of my life. I learned so much about emotional health, physical, mental, and health on all the levels.
And when are you heading home?
Tomorrow.
How long is the flight?
For me, it will take like almost 36 hours altogether because waiting.
And that's because everything is meant to be a disruption. Everything is meant to be a hurdle. And that's why, what did we say this was the year of?
Patience.
This will be the year of patience, because that which you cannot control, you cannot get angry at or pissed off at. And I do mean that, because it will hurt you. It will create an autoimmune disease, because when you get angry, you're actually attacking yourself. And when you attack yourself long enough and strong enough on an emotional issue, you will have issues in your tissues, and that's called an autoimmune disease, because we don't realize that we're attacking ourselves, right?
Right.
What did you learn from the course?
Oh, so much. It will take 2 days to explain everything, but first and most important thing is to love yourself. And it's the missing point in all the teachings that I have before, because I started like when I was 21, so now it's almost 24 years.
Right.
And nobody teach you how to love unconditionally yourself. You try to love everybody in the world and get exhausted and ill, and you don't know why. You try to find love in partners, children, dogs, everything around.
And how does that work?
It sucks.
Yeah. And the reality is that, but at the same point, he's not saying that it's wrong to love others, because it's only right to unconditionally love others. You don't have to like everybody's beliefs, but to have anything but unconditional love for one person, it doesn't mean that you're going to hang out with them. It doesn't mean that you're going to cozy up to them, because you're going to have unconditional love for everyone, so that you have that, but you got to have it for yourself first. And then what you do is, you don't focus on the beliefs that you don't cozy up to. You focus on the things that you want in your life, and you bring them up. And you're always seeking people with a higher vibration than you. You're always seeking food, emotion, nutrition that's a higher vibration. Okay? It really does suck when you get all the energy sucked out of you. So today we're talking about the 6-day advanced water fast. Now, for most people, today would be the day that they end it, the 6th day. So when you end a 6-day water fast, I'd like to go through that with you first, okay? And then if you have questions, please just send them in, okay? Whether you're on YouTube or Facebook, whatever comment you would like, or if you have questions for Christian, you know, because a lot of people, you know, they're hesitant. Should I take the course? Shouldn't I take the course? Should I make the trip? Shouldn't I make the trip? You know, the reality is that you got to unleash your brave heart. I mean, what did it take for you to get this trip together? Was it difficult?
Yes, it was difficult.
Why?
Because of the finances. I must take all my savings and children and family savings to be here. For us it's like expensive because our standard in Croatia, but was the best thing that I did in my life. And I said always, you know, people text me from Croatia the first day, how it's going, it's worth. I said, yeah, just the first day for me was worth all the money.
Yeah, but it's not easy to be with me sometimes, is it?
No, just if you're open. So there gives you like everything. Just it's how much open you are. If you're like this, you will take just like this. If you're like this, you will take just like this. And if you are completely open, you will take everything.
And
it depends from us.
Yeah, you have to be ready to take a course that is going to unleash your authentic self. That means you have to come up against 99% of all the beliefs that you've gotten throughout your life. Am I right or wrong?
Right.
Yeah. Did you struggle in the course?
Yeah, I struggle
Yeah.
a lot, but I have the best mind and heart and emotional opening in my life. Big breakthroughs and all the small puzzles that I needed.
What did you
fit in
struggle?
place.
What did you struggle with the most?
The most, actually, first time I don't remember, it was day 3, was like in the meditation that we did. I realized that everything is just like a dream. I know it before I read it in some books and this, yeah, it's true, but I don't felt it actually in my heart. I cannot understand what's everybody speaks about Maya, life it's an illusion. And in the meditation, I realized that it's work like this.
So if your life is a dream, then you have to become the dream maker. You can't
Yes.
allow other people to become the dream maker. And if you only knew the power that's inside of you. I've been doing this now for a long time, and I can tell you, with every day I get more powerful. Because the more that you practice standing in your power, the more you're going to want to stand in your power. Whether you believe this or not, enslavement is not a mask. It's invisible. It's invisible, and it's always been here. And for the majority, it will always be here. The majority will always be enslaved. There's nobody coming to help you. You have to reach down and hide and help yourself. Did you believe that people were going to come and help you?
No,
Someone was going to come and save you?
no, that's
Yeah.
a trick.
Yeah, it's a trick. It's a
Yeah.
trick. No matter what story you're trying to tell yourself, it's a dirty, stinking trick. Now, let's talk about the 6-day advanced water fasting. So if you were coming off today on the 6-day advanced water fasting, you can continue taking all the energy medicine supplements because you don't have to stop taking them, like the infinite iodine, the black diamond, the ionic calcium, the lemon lift, super cinnamon, and the orange burst essential oils in your drinking water. You don't have to stop doing the ultimate coffee enema. You don't have to stop doing the salt flush. You don't have to stop doing the clapping. You don't have to stop doing the belly button therapy or the slight smile on your face that you walk around with, because it helps to bring your pH up, bring your vibration up, and it helps you to not have negative symptoms. But if you just did the 6-day advanced water fast and you did any other fast, you'll know that if you've ever done a water fast before, it'll rip your face off. It'll tear your body apart. But when you do the 6-day advanced water fast, you're just going to glide through this, and you're going to see the symptoms you had to face before you're not going to. And it's because the infinite iodine will neutralize infection in 15 seconds. The ionic calcium will turn on 120,000 hormonal and chemical processes per second, and it will decalcify the mitochondria, which are responsible for the ATP that actually create the energy so that you could heal. And then the black diamond that you actually put in your drinking water makes your water taste better. It actually brings in 70 micronutrients, and it crosses the blood-brain barrier, even goes into your bloodstream, into the cells. But what else does it do? It'll load itself up. It'll also load itself up 8 times its weight in heavy metals and chemicals. And the reality is that when it does that, you don't have to experience those toxins leaving the fat tissue, leaving the scar tissue. Okay, when the scar tissue is breaking down, when the tumor breaks down, okay, when the fat is breaking down and releases this, you don't have to go through what everybody else goes through, because the black diamond, the humic fulvic nanoparticles will actually take that and they'll lock it down. So on the way out, you're not getting the headaches, you're not getting the fevers, you're not getting the sweats, you're not getting those aches and pains. And then this is why it makes it so much more efficient. I mean, if you're going to do something, you might as well make it efficient, right? That's what I would do. And the next time we do a fast in 4 weeks, we'll actually be adding something to this, and it's called IGF. Okay, IGF-1, and we have a 25 ng and we have a 300 ng. And you know how people will take like human growth hormone. Well, that has to go to the liver to be broken down, so you'll lose a lot of that. But when you take it as an IGF-1, because the human growth hormone has to go to the liver to be broken down to become IGF-1. So now we're going to bypass the liver, and that can be taken without turning on the digestive tract, and it'll make a man a real man and a woman a real woman. But if you're doing this during an advanced water fast, it will work 1,000% or more better. Isn't that something? That's right. Because there's nothing in the way of it, right? Because when you shut down your eating, okay, when you shut down your digestion, you're shutting down 70% of your energy loss. Because 70% of your energy actually goes to digest your food. It's not the most smartest way to eat, especially if you're eating dead food or dead animal food or processed man's food. You know, whole plant-based food, it gives you a lot more energy than it takes to digest it down. Whereas cooked food or concentrated food, when you eat it, if you're tired or sluggish or you're not well, then you know that it's going to create inflammation. It's going to create infection in the body. It's going to create a lot of problems. It'll be a domino effect. So coming out of the 6-day cleanse, if it was 6 days for you, you'll be doing 3 days to get yourself back into the perfect day. The perfect day diet, you can see that in the perfect day guide in my library, which you get that for free. Go check it out and follow the steps in there. Anybody that actually did the 6-day advanced water fasting guide, they actually did 2 weeks of a perfect day lifestyle, which I live about 80%. The other 20%, I'm a bad boy. So the 80 to 20 is great, but most people are doing a 20 to 80, and that's why they end up having an autoimmune disease. But so we're going to do 2 weeks of the perfect day, and then we're going to go into 6 days of the advanced water fasting. You could still be carrying on the advanced water fasting. So if I went for 10 days, I would then go 5 days coming out of the fast. And what you do with that, well, people should be starting right now just sipping warm veggie broth or bone broth. Okay, that's what you start with when you first introduce food today. That is a food. And you sip it and you take it in slow because you want to say, hello, digestive tract. Can you wake everybody up from the mouth down to the rectum, which is a 30-foot highway, and let's get everybody back to work, and everybody's a little tired, so let's give them some time. So we're going to sip on the veggie broth, bone broth. We're going to do that for 2 or 3 hours, maybe 4 hours. And even the first day, we can kick in the celery juice, which should be about 16 ounces of fresh organic celery juice. And if it's not organic and you can't get it, you can still do it. But make sure you have a structure unit that you can run it through, because then you'll be protected, okay, if you run it through your structure unit. Now, you want to drink at least 16 to 32 ounces of celery juice. Really helps with the kidneys, really helps with the bowels, really helps as a really great cleanse, along with the veggie broth and the bone broth. Now, if you lived in Ixtapa or somewhere where they have fresh coconuts, you can actually add also coconut juice to it, just right from the coconut, drink it. That's just a beautiful thing. All those fatty acids, all antibacterial, antiviral, and antifungal, and then there's so much nutrition in it, it hardly takes any work for the body. You could actually go on a coconut juice water fast, and you could do that you could go 40 days if you wanted, okay? Cuckoo for coconuts or what? But the reality is that when you kick in the energy medicine products that we use, you are going to get 10 times to 20 times the results. And remember something, everything is about energy, and we carry, our products are more invisible than they are physical. So we're going to turn on a lot of the energy grid that's inside your body. And the reality is that frequencies turn things on and frequencies turn things off. And we want to turn you on and turn you on strong, okay? And remember something, the higher the vibration, the higher the frequency, everything that's lower than that gets removed from the body. And then keep on doing, like I said, the energy medicine nutraceuticals. And you're going to go for 3 days like this. That's it. And then when you get into doing the whole plant-based diet, I'd say the first thing in the morning, I would do something like melon or grapes, okay? That would be the first thing is a more food. And watermelon's great, right? Grapes would be great. Even peaches would be great. All of that stuff would be great. You can open up with that kind of thing, and then you can go right into your vegetable salads. And then you can actually even go into, if you're the type of person and you're doing like blender drinks of strawberries or blueberries with coconut milk. You could even throw in one raw egg or 2 raw eggs, but don't throw in 2 raw eggs at the beginning, just 1 raw egg. And some of you are going, oh my God, what are you talking about, 1 raw egg? Well, let me put it to you this way. Have you known anybody with salmonella? Please, let's get rid of that one right away. If you take in a raw organic egg, you will absorb about anywhere from 74% up to 83%. If you cook the egg, you're only going to get about 17%. So it really helps people become rock solid. You know, after you've done your 3 days of coming out of the fast with the broths and with the celery juice or the coconut juice, if you can get it fresh, then you would go into, like I said, the fruit, the salads, okay, and then even the blender drinks, and then the second day that you're into more of the solid foods with the perfect day, you could throw in a raw egg, and that would make you feel more grounded, start getting your strength up. It is a protein, but it'll break down into an amino acid quite easy. So you don't have to do that, or you can use use a really good sprouted protein powder. Whether it's vanilla or chocolate, that's entirely up to you, but you can start coming into that so you can start building up that strength and that muscle tone again. Okay? So let's see if we have any questions here today. We may not. Just know this, that in 4 weeks, okay? Just trying to find my little cursor. This thing moves around so fast. Okay. So in 4 weeks, we're going to be starting another 6-day advanced water fast. So that would be around 4 weeks from today. And then we'll have I'll be having it up. We'll be advertising it, and so that people will know the exact time and the date that we're doing it. This one here was a little difficult, and I apologize that I wasn't here to support you as much as I usually do. The reality is we're teaching courses, right?
Right.
You're in the last course, right?
Right.
So we finished one course, and then we went into the second course. We had 1 day break. So today is our day off, and then tomorrow I go back into the course, and I finish the Whole Life Coach certification on Sunday afternoon. And then we go out and we have our big party, which you're not going to be here for. Party pooper. So anyways, and then Monday is the day off, and then we'll be starting our Wolf non-surgical course. Now, and then the next course starts on March the 5th. That'll be the next Whole Life Coach certification. And then we'll be doing also the Wolf non-surgical. And then we'd be taking a month off in April. And then we come back in May and June. And those will be the last 2 courses. And then we're taking July and August because we're backed up with treatments for people wanting to come from around the world for our personal treatment and trainings. So we need to get back at that, get that all situated, get it rolling out even more. And then we start back up and we do 3 courses, September, October, November in the fall. Then we take December off, and then we come back January, February, and March, and we do 3 more. So we're doing it that way because a lot of people come for 3 courses in a row to become a master trainer, and then they come back and they help us teach 3 of them. And then first they become a master practitioner, then become a master trainer. When they do the 3rd, and what they do is they actually go around the world and they start teaching what we do, because we need an army. We need an army of people that are going to teach people that they need to learn. They need to be trained, not treated anymore. Do you ever notice that? People keep getting treated, but we're not making any headway. Can we order sprouted protein from the dock of Detox? No. But there are some good ones. I even think that Costco has a good one. I know that Popeyes has a good one. I know you can go online, do your research. Make sure you do your research, please. And the reason why I don't do it is because it's hard to compete. You know what? If I can't do something better, I'm not gonna charge people for it. I'm gonna tell them where they can go and do it. You know, when I tell you and I carry something like our humic fulvic is the only humic fulvic in the world without heavy metals. Yeah, there was a company that was out, was called Black Oxygen, and they kept saying the same thing we said, but now they're in a lawsuit, and they're in big trouble because can't get away with lying all your life. Let me see here. So many people don't know how to look after themselves. You know what? So many people will benefit from the trainers, and Dr. Wolf, thank you for sharing your wisdom. You know, many people don't know how to look after themselves, and it's not because they're dumb, it's not because they're stupid. The whole thing is rigged. I mean, seriously, you can go to school for 12 years and you don't even know how to love yourself or love anybody else. You don't know how to feed yourself or feed anybody else. You don't know how to do math properly, can't even read properly anymore. But the reality is it's really about communicating with yourself and doing the right things that, you know, your body's able to communicate with itself and not go into some severe illness. And that's the big problem. Is 92% of the population are actually fighting a severe illness. Let me see here. At the bottom, I'm going to see, I don't know if we have a lot here today. I think people are quite busy. Bone broth concerns me because it's from a dead animal. Okay, so here's the deal. I don't do bone broth. Okay, I do organic vegetable broth. I put bone broth there because everybody's keto crazy. Okay, and everybody's about that. Let me tell you something. Some of the people I hang around with are some of the biggest names in nutrition. And they go, Daryl, you should jump on the bone broth trail. Well, let me tell you, a couple people with really big names that are friends of mine, they had to dump all their bone broth out because it was toxic. Okay, we don't get that with organic vegetable broth. So the reality is, if I say you only can use vegetable broth, then somebody's not even going to fast. I'd rather they did their bone broth and had their belief and fast, because fasting is the key. It really is. It's so amazing. And if people really don't want to spend tens of thousands of dollars, then they're going to really look at it fasting, and they're going to look at advanced water fasting. Because I'll tell you, water fasting will kick the crap out of you. And here's the deal. I want to say this because I keep getting challenged on this. When I first brought this out about 15 years ago, that we should do advanced water fasting using nutraceuticals that don't turn on the digestive tract but turn on stem cell therapy and turn on autophagy, I got beat up really bad by other people that said water fasting should only be done with water. And I say, well, for one thing, it shouldn't be distilled or reverse osmosis. It better be structured. That's the first thing, because that's the only water that truly heals well. But here's the problem. People were right. Just doing a water fast is amazing. But you can't do that in these days. Come on, look at the chemtrails. Look at the poisons in the food and poisons in the water. Look at how stressed people are. Like people had these sicknesses. Come on. When I was a kid, if somebody had cancer, it was a rarity. Okay, it was a rarity when I was younger. You didn't even hardly hear of diabetes when I was a kid. Okay, I'm not that old, right? You heard of heart attacks. Well, yeah, people are always going to have heart attacks because they don't know how to love themselves. People don't know that the heart is the recorder of your emotions, your love affairs, and mainly the affair you have with your body and yourself on an emotional level. That's why you have a heart attack. My heart is empty. My heart is breaking. My heart's in pieces. She hurt my heart. She broke my heart. You can't live without love, and if you don't know how to do it for yourself, then you're going to run around with an empty tank, and nobody's going to get too far on an empty tank, okay? All right, so let's see what we got here. Bone broth. Yeah, it concerns me too, sweetheart. But I have to put it there because people go, oh my God, I love bone broth. Bone broth's great. Well, whatever. Do whatever you need to do. So I'll keep the bone broth in because it gets the people that were in keto, and then eventually maybe we can get them into thinking about more. Because understand something. It doesn't matter. Whatever animal protein you're taking has to be broken down into an amino acid, which just takes more energy. Okay? And understand something. I am not a vegetarian. I am a whole plant-based eater. I eat whole plant-based foods. I do not eat fake cheese, crackers, peanut butter. I do not do that kind of thing. I eat high vibrational, whole plant-based foods. I just want you to understand that. Okay? I'd like to know why my throat feels dry and scratchy when I take the MCT C60 oil. I'll tell you why. Because the C60 oil actually will pull out heavy metals. And remember something with C60. C60, the actual C60, not the MCT, but the MCT is the best antifungal, antibacterial, and it's even antiviral. But the reality is the C60 in there, we can prove it if you go watch our stuff. We have the highest quality C60 in the world. So now if that's true, and C60 is the highest vibrational molecule that we know on a nutritional level for the human body, what's it going to do when it goes into somebody if they have infection buried in their throat? What's it going to do if they have emotional problems in their throat, like they can't swallow something anymore, or it gets caught in my throat and I can't speak? Everything is emotional before it's physical. The psychological rules the biological. And not everybody, you're the one that, very rare that people have a problem with it or throat. So what I'd like you to do is to keep the C60 in under your tongue or in your mouth longer until the enzymes in your mouth break it down even more. And you'll find that if you do that, so leave it maybe an extra minute, okay? A minute. And then you can swallow it. But understand, there are no negative symptoms. There are no toxic effects of using C60. C60 doesn't put the body into a healing crisis. It's just high vibrational. And especially if you're doing things like the black diamond and the black gold. Black gold's for the digestive tract in capturing the heavy metals and the acidity, whereas the black diamond goes in the bloodstream and goes into the tissue cells, crosses the blood-brain barrier, and we rock that show. Okay, but during the advanced water fast, you can't do the black gold because it's too big, the molecule, and it'll turn on your digestive tract, but you could use it in your ultimate coffee enema. But as soon as you come out of your 3-day, bone broth, veggie broth, celery juice, coconut juice, okay, because you did a 6-day advanced water fast, you can kick the black gold back into your bowel, okay, which you'll want to do. Because black gold and daily cleansing tea will reverse almost any bowel condition going on out there. And if you kicked in some curcumin cayenne 5000, there goes the inflammation and infection. And our curcumin cayenne 5000 is the most sold product for inflammation and cancer around the world, right up to cancer. I didn't say it cures cancer because there's no cure for cancer. You're the only cure for cancer. So you got to figure out what is a strategy that is a take love, easy strategy for you every day to look after yourself. Here's the thing that I just want to say. It's the craziest out there, isn't it? We use the same paradigm that the medical system uses, and that is that we wait until we feel like crap and we're full of it before we do a cleanse. Why wouldn't you try to figure out a protocol like a perfect day protocol that you gently cleansed every day and you didn't overeat and you ate properly so that you never got yourself in trouble again? Whoa, that would be a novel thought. So the reality is that the thing is people don't really think. People are so easy to program, and when we follow the herd, we're going to get hurt, okay? Because hurt people, and the herd is getting hurt all the time. And that's the way it's going to be, and that's the way it's always been. You can go back as far as you want in history, and you'll find the herd is always going off the cliff. Okay? All right. Let's see here. The throat thing, and also if you've got a throat problem that's scratchy, what should you be doing? You should be getting a clapper, and you should clap your throat. If you don't know what a clapper is, go to equipment on my website, and it's a latex rubber clapper. And if you were to clap your throat, you would understand something. Itchiness, pain, swelling, stiffness, redness are all blocks. You can't have a disease without a block. And if you have a chronic disease, a degenerative disease, do you know what that means? That means you have tissue rotting. You heard what I said. I said tissue rotting. And nobody wants to say that. But disease means tissue rotting. You're out of alignment. No, you're not. Your cells are. Your cells are out of alignment. No, they're not. They're dying. They're actually decomposing. And that's why we smell so bad when we're toxic. That's why our breath is so bad, our armpits are so bad, our vagina, or, you know what I'm talking about. What can I use to repair, this is Claire, what can I use to repair my gut microbiome from heavy metals, mold, leaky gut, etc.? Well, here's the thing. What I need you to do is stop focusing on the negative story. Not that you are, sweetheart. I'm not saying you were. But we tend to do that. It's like people say to me, Dr. Wolf, it's only day 2 now of your course, and I really feel like there's so much to work on. I'll never get through this. I said, don't focus on what you need to get rid of. Focus on what you need to bring into your life, and that's unconditional love. That's the only thing you need to do. So if you could just focus on that and have a slight smile on your face, connect to the Lionheart breath, we're already there. Okay. So she says, what can I do to repair my gut Well, first of all, slight smile on your face. Connect to your lion heart breath. Get yourself a love band, life band. 3, 2, 1, I got this. 3, 2, 1, I won't eat this. 3, 2, 1, I won't drink this. 3, 2, 1, that's the old me. 3, 2, 1, I'm staying in the present moment because that's the only place I can own it. That's the only place I can heal. You can't heal in the past. You can't heal in the present. In the future, you got to be in the present moment. That's the only place you can create something new. And you can't create something new with the same mind that created the dis-ease. You've got to get a different personality. You got to trade your personality and you got to do an upgrade. An upgrade would be loving yourself more and more every day by 1% until within 100 days you could love yourself 100%, you're healed. Whether you believe me or not doesn't really matter, because that's when the incurable becomes curable. That's when the impossible becomes I am possible. And you're never going to be possible because it's impossible to follow the herd. And that's it. I don't know what else I can say about that one. Patricia, let me see here. Leaky gut, let's go back to that. So understand something. You can't have mold in your gut unless you have fungus, okay? It's the fungus that creates the leaky gut. So, but it's not just the fungus that creates the leaky gut. What creates the leaky gut is antibiotics. Even if you did antibiotics once in your life, you're going to have a fungal problem. Antibiotics should only be taken if you're in a life-threatening situation because they create life-threatening situations. When you take antibiotics, they vibrate below zero. They turn on the yeast and make it into a fungus. That becomes a drill bit predator, drills holes through your large intestine. Now you're a screen door. Isn't that great now that you're pooping in your pelvis? Isn't that great that now your ovaries have cysts on them, that you now have endometriosis, which is scar tissue? You now have bladder infections because the bladder sits in front of the last part of your large intestine. So does the prostate. So now both of those are getting infected continually because of the screen door in the submarine, which is your large intestine, which is 85% of your immune system, which is not functioning properly anymore. So now it's called the pelvic bowl. Now that you're filling up the pelvic bowl with waste, okay, what you're going to do is you're going to find out that your immune system is going to be falling down because it's under attack. It's under attack because of the mold, the parasites, the bad bacteria that are all going to be created. Now, if I wanted to, Claire, to get the microbiome fixed up, things to take: daily cleansing tea, black diamond, black gold, and curcumin cayenne. There's 4 things. And if you could do the ultimate coffee enema, okay, go look that up. So that'd be the 5th thing. You're going to hit that thing out of the park from here to Sunday. Now, if you could incorporate the perfect day diet, which is, whole plant-based diet, go take a look at it on my website, in my library. Just go to the 4 pillars of the perfect day. And please take a look at it. But the reality is the biggest problem you're ever going to have to heal is nobody else is going to be doing it around you. If you're lucky, you're going to have a friend doing it, or maybe your partner, but that's even rare. Okay, so it's an uphill battle. So the reality is you've got to love yourself long enough and strong enough to make it a belief that when somebody says, hey, do you want pizza? Do you want to drink this, eat this, do this? You're actually going to say, 3, 2, 1, I got this. 3, 2, 1, there's a new sheriff in town called unconditional self-love for myself. So if we could start, thinking about the high vibrational things coming in our mouth and coming in our ears and also coming out of our mouth, that would be a really good start. And today it's really hard because most people are so fearful and they believe if they're not talking about what's wrong in the world that they're going down. When I believe that that's the exact opposite. You never want to do that. You want to only focus on what you want. You want to be selfish enough for the first time in your life to know what it's going to take to heal you. And that's the God's truth. And understand something. If you want to get your microbiome back, then really look at the black diamond. Look at the black gold, the curcumin cayenne, 5,000, daily cleansing tea, and the ultimate coffee enema. You might think that's a lot. That's only 5 things. Okay? I would get yourself a perfect day consultation. They're on sale. It's $105 right now. They're usually $150. I only do this once a year because at $150, it's still amazing. You get my perfect day guide, which is 320 pages. It's the best health guide in the world. If any book that was given by the government is toxic. This is not. This is going to show you how you can get your life together and everyone you love. And then you also get unlimited calling with us. You can call us as often as you want because health is a language. It's not going to come like this. It's going to come over time. And what is a perfect day? It's something that you work on each day. You're perfect right now because of the information you have. Don't beat up on yourself. We're going to give you more information so you can make better choices. When you can make better choices, you'll have a better life. But if you're not going to take massive personal action and read the book, if you're not going to pay the money and think, well, I'm not worth $150, or right now it's on sale until next week, $105 for a consult, then forget it. If you don't have a strategy, how are you ever going to get things done? I don't know why I'm sick. Well, you don't have a strategy. Okay, and you're focusing on the wrong thing. I mean, depressed people are depressed. Sick people have sick thoughts. What, do you think it's any different? Healthy people have healthy thoughts, Look, beet juice, carrot juice, right? What do you think I got in here? I got in here, I got lentil soup. Okay, organic lentil soup. Okay, that's what I got. And I've already done 3 quarts of water today. I did my ionic calcium today. I did my black gold today. I did my black diamond today. I did my daily cleansing tea already. But I haven't eaten anything, but here's some soup I'm going to eat. And tonight I'll just have a salad. Now, you can't expect to eat like this. If you eat 3 meals right now and you have 3 snacks every day, trust me, it's all a program. A person can go without 1 meal and they've got a headache. That's how toxic they are on an emotional and physical level. Work with that one, okay? Let me see here. So, you know what? But I still would get a consult. And if you want to know how to repair your gut, if you jump into my library, go watch the domino effect of unhealthy living. Go check that out. Go check out Spoiled Rotten. And go check out, okay, what's that one called now? I'm trying to remember here. It's oh boy, it'll come to me. It'll come to me. Anyways, go to my library. You'll see them all, okay? And if you want to learn about it, just know that your bowels are computer printout. Every day that you take a look at that, you can see how well you behaved the day before. With the next day, you can tell how emotionally you did and how physically you did by how your bowel movements come out, how healthy they look, how easy it was, and how good you feel. All right? And remember something, pain is a GPS, just like happiness is too. And if you're not walking around with a slight smile on your face, you don't know what happy is. If you think you got to have somebody tell a joke or tell you you're beautiful, then you're in trouble. Okay, let's see here. Okay, I'm making the trip all the way to Italy. Good for you. Good for you. Hi, Christian. I used to see you here, and you said you would do what it takes to get there. And here you are. Such a brave heart. Isn't that the truth, eh? All right? Yeah, that's what you said. You came on, remember that time?
Yes.
And you said, whatever it takes, I'm going to get there.
Actually, people, you must invest everything in yourself. I could buy a new car in Europe with this money that I spent, but it's the best thing that I did, and I will make money how much I need.
Well, now he has a true vehicle.
Yeah.
You have a real vehicle. And, yeah. And was it worth it financially?
It was.
Yeah.
10 times more for me.
Yeah. So Tammy says, my favorite smoothie is a strawberry, spinach, avocado, chia seeds, vanilla protein powder, and almond milk. Way too much. Way too much. That's overload. Your body can't digest all those foods. And you know what? If you love it, girl, and you can digest it, you go, girl, because it would blow me up. You know what? If I did the smoothie, it would be strawberries. You could put spinach in it, but I would never put avocado in it. You don't mix strawberries with avocado and spinach and protein powder and almond milk. Okay, that's too much. It really is. Maybe not for you, and you like that full feeling, but you're not getting the nutritional value out of that. You are not. It's impossible. Okay? Let's see here. I'm just going to go to the bottom. I really don't like this thing. It's not my greatest. How do I fix vitamin D deficiency? Well, how I would do it, it's on sale right now. You can take a look. But I would tell people to do 15,000 IUs of vitamin D every day if you were me. Do whatever you want. But when I was in Canada, before I had, go on my website and go take a look at the vitamin D light with the crystal panels. That is the highest vitamin D you can have in the world. It takes 4 minutes to totally saturate every cell with vitamin D, crystal vitamin D, in your body. There's nothing like it in the world. It'll build muscle. Now, if you don't want to look at that, don't want to do that, then I would suggest that, if I was an adult and I am, I used to take 15,000 IUs of vitamin D with one vitamin K. And then if I was under stress or felt like I was coming down with the flu, I would do 50,000 IUs of vitamin D, which we have, and 1K, and I do that twice a day. You'll knock that sucker out of the park. Okay? So isn't it kind of funny, eh? Yeah, they'll never tell you how much you really need and what you should do. But everything that I tell you are just suggestions. You do whatever you want. Do your homework. Do your research. Isn't it kind of funny? But, we were talking the other day, remember? And I said, how many people here have even looked up the definition of what a virus is Nobody. Nobody has ever looked up the definition. Meanwhile, it's got a stranglehold on the whole world. Isn't that something? Denise, so grateful for discovering therapeutic vomiting. Saved me during the water fast because of all my stomach acids. Thank you.
Yes.
Let me tell you something, Denise. You're a brave heart. And guess what? Hardly anybody will do this because nobody likes to therapeutically throw up. And because nobody's throwing up therapeutically. So let's put it this way. If you feel sick and you have to throw up, you will, and you could, you'll have esophagus damage and even cancer. You can cause damage to your lungs and your throat. When you do therapeutic vomiting, okay, everybody, so let's just make this perfectly clear. I know what I'm talking about. And if anybody wants to come on and challenge me because it's something new, isn't it something, eh? The whole world could be doing something that's killing itself and nobody questions it. And then Dr. Wolf comes around and says, if you have a nauseous tummy and you're sick to your stomach, the best thing that you could do is get a minimum of 16 ounces of warm to hot water, not that it's going to burn you. Hopefully it's structured water. If it isn't, just get water. And then what you're going to do is you're going to drink that. You're going to put a little white, those little white stools, you're going to put that right beside your toilet. You're going to lift up both toilet lids. You're going to drink that 16 ounces of water. And if you don't feel too nauseous yet, maybe you'll drink another 8 ounces. Okay? That would bring you about 24. Nobody drinks more than 24 ounces usually when they do the therapeutic vomiting. So then once you've drank that water, 16 to, could be 12 if you have a smaller stomach, but the amount that will fill up your stomach about 3/4 full. Once you do that, if you have a hand massager, you'll put the hand massager right underneath on the left side under your ribs, because that's where your stomach is. And you'll vibrate that, and you'll sit on that white stool. And then you'll do it and do it and do it. And then when your mouth starts to water, something might be happening. And then when you start to feel really nauseous, you'll take 3 fingers. You'll put those 3 fingers right in the back of your throat. And then guess what? Here it comes. One big rush. And what's going to happen is it's not going to hurt, and it's going to feel amazing. It's going to feel amazing. And if you have to do it once, if you have to do it twice, and if you have to do it 3 times until it comes out clear. Once you are done, go lay down, go chill, and make sure when you get up, you start hydrating. You can hydrate even before you go to lay down. But only take a little bit of warm water just to wet your lips. Go lay down, 20 minutes, 40 minutes. Then when you wake up, wait till you see how you feel. You had a migraine, it's gone. You were stressed throughout your whole body, it's gone. You thought the end of the world was coming, it's gone. You had aches and pains, it's gone. You had tummy aches, they're gone. Did you do it?
I tried once here, first time in my life. It helped me like in 10 minutes because all of the emotional process, my sinuses start to drip and I cannot digest my food. And I did it for like good half an hour, maybe more.
Well, tell us the process. Why don't you tell them? I told them my process. Tell them your process.
Yeah, so I I don't know how many glasses of
Water you did.
yes.
It doesn't matter.
It's
That's
hot
okay.
water, warm to hot,
Yeah.
and put 3 fingers inside your mouth and just wait till you're done. And it was like this. This day I ate just coconut, so raw coconut, not much,
Yeah.
and it was all undigested and full of mucus.
Okay, here's what happens.
But it was emotional, really.
Yeah.
When I throw up, I feel like all the emotions since childhood that left my sinuses. Really can feel this. It was
I mean,
wow.
think about it. He can't digest coconut. And that's
Yeah.
because he swallowed emotion a long time ago that got buried, issues in the tissues, that was released through all the work he's done while he was getting certified as a New World practitioner. And guess what? He could have just suppressed it. He could have just stayed there and missed a day or two of the actual
I will
training.
miss 3, 4, 5 days, 100%.
So if you don't want to have COVID or have a flu or a cold or a bloody migraine that takes your face off, have faith. Because understand something, if it's in your stomach, you can still get it. But if it gets past the pyloric sphincter, okay? Yeah. If it gets past the stomach into the small intestine, okay? You're in trouble. You're in trouble. And actually, I meant the stomach valve, my correction. So if it gets past your stomach into your small intestine, okay, then you're in trouble. You can't flush that out. That's a lockdown. So if you're going, I can't stomach this. I feel nauseous. I feel like I'm going to throw up. And you know, people just don't want to throw up. If you've thrown up before, it burns you. Your neck is killing you. Your head is killing you. Your joints feel terrible after. Hydrochloric acid and pepsin, they will destroy you if they come up this way. But not if you do the therapeutic vomiting. They will never touch you. Did it touch you? Did you
No.
feel like your throat was burnt? Did you feel your mouth was burnt?
No, nothing. The headache was gone. Fever in 10 minutes was gone. I was like laying in my bed. I need like 4 hours to get me up and go under the shower and did the therapeutic vomiting. And this is the fastest way in which you can alkalize the whole body. The fastest way.
Yeah,
And
is.
it costs nothing.
Yeah, just remember, you're not trying to get rid of the physical, you're trying to get rid of the emotional. And I know that you get this if you watch my shows, but we are light energy, electrical, magnetic beings. Everything is frequency. Everything is based on light, and it's based on energy. And most of that we need to get rid of is bad vibrational frequencies. How do you feel when you're worthless? How do you feel when you're depressed? When you feel shame or jealousy or hate or anger? You know, you're swallowing this stuff. It's all being taken in here. You know, you got to get yourself off the hook. You got to buy into this craziness of unconditional love, guys. Well, you don't have to, but I would think about it. Let me see, Connie, you mentioned dates that you will be gone from Ixtapa. I plan to book at the hotel, accommodation, blah, blah. Well, no, I'm not going to be gone. I'm going to be here. I was just saying, no, I'm not going anywhere. I'm just saying that those were the course dates. So we got a course coming. We're starting a non-surgical course, not tomorrow. Is it tomorrow? Yeah. No. I've got the whole life coach going until Sunday. Then we do the celebration party at the beach. Then Monday's a holiday. Then Tuesday the non-surgical course starts. And then when that's over, then we start another one on March the 5th. Okay? And then that course goes until March the 26th. Once that's over, then I'm going to be just working on personal treatment and trainings that are couples and families coming from around the world, and all the people that are coming for just to get treated here. Then in May and June, we have 2 New World Practitioner certifications again, 2 22-day courses. And then come July and August, we're going to just focus on doing the treatment and trainings and with people. And I also want to redo my Braveheart masterclass okay? And we're also want to create some other systems here. And then September, we start again. September, October, November, we've got courses. Then we take December off, and then we go January, February, March. And that's about as far as I want to go with dates. But I'm not going anywhere, so don't worry, we'll be here. This is my home, this is where I live. I love Ixtapa, Mexico. How'd you like Mexico?
Wow, it's beautiful, like a dream.
Yeah, how peaceful was it?
It's very peaceful.
Yeah, did you feel like threatened by anybody or anything?
No, everybody is so friendly here.
Did you ever see a chemtrail?
Never.
No.
Not a plane.
No, there's
No.
no chemtrails. It's really quite amazing here. That's all I can say.
And the ocean is beautiful.
Yeah. Sylvia, I want to take the next non-surgical training since I missed the February 5th one. Well, you can take February 5th non-surgical, it hasn't started. The non-surgical doesn't start until next Tuesday. That's when it starts. That's when the non-surgical starts, and then the next one, I think it starts, I think it starts around the 15th of March. Okay? You'd have to take a look at, go to newworldpractitioner.com, or you can go to braveheartnation.com, and it tells you all about all the things you're going to be doing in Ixtapa, and the restaurants, and the bicycle, and the beaches, and we've got all kinds of information there at braveheartnation.com. On my third day, this is Natalia. On my third day of the advanced water fasting, I felt weak and drained. Everybody almost does that third day. That third day has to be highly respected. That day you really need to understand, do you know what's happening on the third day? Your digestive tract took 3 days to completely shut down. Autophagy and stem cell making is now turned on, and that's a lot. That's a lot. So you wouldn't feel as weak or drained if you weren't doing so much. You need to back off and honor yourself more. If you would have taken just 5 to 10 minutes every hour, 5 minutes every hour, and put your head down or just connect to your breath, put a slight smile, close your eyes, be somewhere maybe where it's fairly dark, and just soft music, just to realign, just connect to your breath. You wouldn't feel like that, okay? Slow it down. Let me tell you, you're trying to tell me that people aren't fight and fright? They're always on the go. Even when people say, even when I'm relaxing, I'm still going. That's why people can't sleep at night, because they just stress themselves and terrorize themselves so badly. My husband has purchased some of your products, Stacy. From clapping, then bruises on my upper arm. Robin, you should be able to clap it without bruising. And if you do bruise, that's just contaminated tissue and body fluids coming to the surface. That's all it is. Healthy people don't bruise. Unhealthy people bruise without hitting anything. Did you ever see that one? Yeah, they do, because they're rotting to the core. And that's because their core is on the floor, okay? Because they've been pooping in their pelvis. So you have to understand something. The more you have emotional dysfunction and physical dysfunction, the more you're going to have tissue contamination and fluid contamination, okay? And that's the way it is.
Can I say something?
You can say everything.
About clapping. With clapping, you can get rid of emotional trauma. I used to clap myself at home, all the body, especially heart and lungs, and I was walking with my dog, and just old fears, old trauma since childhood that I have forgotten came up into my mind, and then I release it with love.
Take a look.
It's crazy how it works.
Take a look, everybody, and you'll see if you go to equipment. You see what my clapper is if you're new here. But the reality is that clapping is that's that tool that you get from us. It's the most valuable tool that you'll ever use. And
but you must use it.
Yeah, we have. You were in there, so I won't mention her name, but very. She's attacking herself all the time, and now she's clapping and she's releasing that. She had something traumatic happen, and whether you want to believe this or not, but we'll get people that are suicidal, and we'll get them to clap their neck, their face, and their head, from anywhere from 20 minutes to an hour every night, and within just a couple of nights or a few nights of doing that, or a few days, you don't have to do it at night, but you won't want to kill yourself anymore. Okay? So when you want to store up a lot of negative energy, negativity about yourself and life, what do you do if you think that your personality isn't worth loving? What do you do when that when that happens? Well, you're going to drink yourself to death, or eat yourself to death, or you're going to do drugs, whether they're prescription or they're narcotic on the street. You know, you're going to do them because if your personality's not good enough and you don't believe that you're worth loving, then you'll become somebody else until entities take over you. And what are entities? Entities are dysfunctional beliefs. If you feed a belief long enough and strong enough, if it's a negative one, it will eat you up and spit you out, and nothing will be left of you. And that's it. So, you know, you're either going to love, honor, and respect yourself, or you're just going to take yourself for a hell of a ride, and it's going to be a bumpy run. Okay, here's one for you. Amateur. AMACHER. Will you be doing non-surgical in Croatia? Tell them where you live. Tell them how they can get in touch with you. What do you think you're doing? You've been on here for how long?
30 days almost.
Yeah, but now you got to tell them. Where do you live in Croatia?
I live in Croatia, in Porridge, Istria, and I can get you my phone number.
Well, then give it to them.
So 00385.
Got to go slow. Zero. Can you put that up for me, please, Gad?
Okay.
All right. Say it. We'll just have to say it a few times. That's all. No, he's going to say it though for people.
I must translate in my head because you like remember it like by sounds. So it's 00385 9895 48147.
Do you have a website?
Not yet, but
Do you have
so
an
soon.
email?
Yes, I have one. So I will just check the number. 00385 147. It's the last three. Yeah,
And
correct.
What's your email?
Like my name, CH.
Okay, but can you spell your email?
Yes, I'm also translating my head.
So CHR.
No. Just first two letters. So CH.
Okay, CH.
A M B R S T E A. No, I did a mistake. Sorry, I was confused.
It's okay. You're doing.
Can I write? I will go.
Yeah, you go
It's
right.
better.
Go right. So, anyways, Debbie says, "Is the black gold good for my dogs?" Absolutely. They eat grass a lot, so I think their tummy gets ucky. And in the winter, there is no grass. Where there in the winter there's no grass. Okay, but just know this: if you put depends how big the dog is, but if you even just put like a level teaspoon, okay, I don't know how many dogs you have, but let's say if you had 2 dogs, and they were medium size, just 1 teaspoon between the 2 of them, mix it with their food. Wait till you see what happens. Okay, start there, and then you can work up or down. You can tell by the way that their bowel movements are and the way they're feeling. Debbie. Will they go bad if they left on the counter? Mine got a bad taste. What's that? I don't know. She's not saying. Do they hurt them if they freeze? Well, if you're talking about the CBD bullets, they can freeze. And also you can just keep them in the fridge, and then when you want them to do rectal or vaginal insertion, you just put them in and they'll melt. I don't know what other product you'd be talking about. Debbie, do I need to keep my C60 refrigerated? No. Silver bullet? No, you do not. Okay? Why is peanut butter bad? Well, peanut butters are not they're not peanuts, they're actually legumes. And they're grown close to they're grown on the ground. They're not nuts, for one thing. But the reality is it's not that. How fresh are they? And then there is a toxin in them that bothers people that never used to bother people because of the gut-brain disconnection, because their digestive tracts are just in a miserable mess. Organic peanut butter is better. I think almond butter is better than peanut butter. Cashew butter is better, but it's a little richer. There's lots of different butters. You just don't want to overdo them. They're concentrated protein. You think about that. A person should never eat, more than 5 almonds at a time. I know you're going, what? Because it's too much concentrated protein. Well, you'll get all cramped up. Why do you think you feel cramped up? Constipated. People eat way too many nuts today. So when you're eating peanut butter, just think how many peanuts are in that peanut butter when you're putting it on that bread. That is a bad combination of protein and starch, and now you're wondering why it sits in you like a lead cake. Okay, Melissa, how do we order ATP? I can't find it. Well, no. ATP, we no longer have it because the life crystals that Dr. George Merkel make, they actually ran out. There you go. So that is not to be had. I had the last of the life crystals on the planet, okay? And someday maybe they'll come back, but not right now. I'll tell you what we're replacing with it that'll blow your mind, and it'll be up in 2 weeks. IGF NG25 and IGF-1 NG300. It'll make a man into a man, a woman into a woman. You know that people will go and spend a lot of money on human growth hormone because after the age of 35, you've kissed it goodbye because of all the blue light and all the 5G and all the man-made chemicals that are kicking our butts. Anyway, so when you take human growth hormone and you buy it, it's very expensive. It goes to the liver. It's got to be broken into IGF-1. Well, guess who knows how to make IGF-1? And we have IGF-1 with Long Jack on it. And I'll tell you, any woman that's having like hormonal problems or a man, hormonal problems, getting it up, infertility, vaginal dryness, mood swings all over the place, virility gone, vitality gone, wondering where it went, because see, whether you believe this or not, we're in a whole different ballgame now. A man reaches his sexual peak at 30. He used to reach his sexual peak at 55. Yeah, there's one for you. Patricia, so many people don't know how to love them, how to look after themselves. That's true.
Almost everybody.
Yeah. Well, nobody knows how to look after themselves until you do. I mean, your parents don't know how to do it. At least most parents don't. When you'll be getting the mushrooms in sometime soon, this is Jody. I got to tell you something. The more powerful something is, Jody, the more trouble you have with it. And that's the God's truth. We are the first people to bring out in North America and around the world, this mushroom. It's 30 to 90 years old. And when you see the stats on this thing and what it does for autoimmune disease and for things that are life-threatening and people believe they can't turn around. So understand something. If it was just a mushroom like in North America, when you buy mushroom products, they're only 3 to 6 weeks old. That's it. And 99% of them are grown in a laboratory. These are grown in the wild. So I'm having to jump hurdles, play games. It never ends. It never ends. If you knew, wouldn't it be great if we could just do health? If health wasn't illegal, that'd be great. That'd be just so great. I love sunflower seed butter. That's Connie. Beautiful. And that sunflower seeds are really good, and sunflower seed butter is really good for parasites too. So, Dr. Wolf, how do you nebulize Merigen? Denise, what you do is you take, don't shake the bottle from the Merigen bottle. Just let it settle, because it does. You have to shake it every time where it's all settled. That little bit of sediment, there's some sediment, nutritional at the bottom. Don't shake it, because the ions are through the whole product, because they're the invisible part. Just take 1 part of Merigen, and 3 parts of structured water. That's the best. And if you can do structured distilled water, that's even better. But if you can't get distilled, then just do structured water. If you have a structure unit, if you don't have a structure unit, then do distilled. And if you don't have that, then just use water. So do you see, we're not going to throw the water out with the baby. So 1 part Merigen, 3 parts water, and that's how you nebulize it. So put that in your nebulizer and go to town and nebulize as much as you can. It'll cross the blood-brain barrier, go into your lungs, go into your whole bloodstream. You know, but know that you can nebulize also the infinite iodine, 1 part iodine, 1 part infinite iodine, and 3 parts water. And you can also nebulize the super silver with the Bright Eyes Fulvic drops together, 50-50, and you'll clean your lungs up. We see people that have life-threatening conditions in their lungs. You know which ones I'm talking about. Oh, and as far as COPD and allergies and all this stuff, it goes in and just cleans that up. Nebulizing is like beyond phenomenal. You know, we had 300 nebulizers coming in, and the FDA threw them all in the garbage because once the C thing happened, you know, the pandemic thing, they said that we were practicing medicine. Okay, all right. How can a non-vax fly out? Any tips? I got turned down by WestJet last Wednesday. Thanks a lot, Doc. Sylvia. Well, people are still driving over the border. They're driving over the border. You know, you can email nat@docofdetox.com, and he'll send you a letter saying that you're coming down here for 6 months of specialized treatment and training. And people are actually getting, without the Vax Pass, are being allowed through the border. So what they say and what they do are 2 different things. And I'm not saying it's a guarantee, but I'm telling you it's actually working. Okay? But people are driving across, and then they're catching a plane on the other side. Jody, would a 6-day to 10-day fast get rid of intestinal plaque? Well, intestinal plaque is actually mucoid and fecal waste that's been rotting inside of you. And would it get rid of it? Well, let's put it this way. I would tell you to do that, but you might also want to do, if you're doing the fast, please don't worry about, we want to turn on the digestive tract a little bit. So do the fast, but also do black gold and daily cleansing tea, and maybe kick in a little bit of a curcumin cayenne 5000 capsule every 2 hours. And then do the fast, and we'll kick butt. We'll clean that thing. See, we're doing a different thing now. So let's just focus on doing kind of a water fast thing, but we're going in and we're going to go and clean that out. See, it's a different purpose now, okay? Sylvia, who do we contact to speak about training details? Thank you, Dr. Wolf. You call me, 855-900-4544. That's the regular 800 number, and my extension is number 5, sweetie. Connie, you've mentioned dates that you, no, did that already. I'm on my 3rd advanced water fast. I felt weak, drained. Well, should I do the next time to continue my fast? You're on your 3rd day. Well, don't worry about it, because the next time it's going to be easier. Believe it or not, it's not just a physical program, it's an emotional one. You'll be able to blow through the 3rd day. And as I said before, the 3rd day is called hump day. It's called hump day. It's when the autophagy kicks in, which is where you eat all the bad stuff in your body, and where the stem cells come in, which means that it's all about renewal of tissue and organs and bone and all kinds of stuff that kicks in, and your digestive tract completely shuts down. So that's the day that you've got to honor and bless and just rest more, okay? Love yourself more on that day, would you? And I think that's it. That's it, everyone. So anyways, just know this, okay? Just so you know, everybody. Let me see here. Yeah, we'll be back. We've got shows all this week, and the shows are on the products and the things that we're doing that are on sale. Now, what's different about the Sweetheart Braveheart sale than all our other sales? Because only once a year do we put our consultations on for $105. They're only $150 to begin with. Also, it's 10% off if you come for a personal treatment and training. If you want to go to personaltreatmentandtraining.com, you can see that we do 6 different ones where you get to learn about the Wolf Non-Surgical to work on your partner, work on yourself. You learned about how to eat and think right. We have 6 different personal treatment and trainings, from the pain-free pregnancy to joint therapy to the Wolf Non-Surgical to couples emotional therapy, bodywork training. So you can take a look at them. And 10% off on those. And we've got 10% off on when couples, well, it could even be a mother and a daughter or 2 brothers, but it's got to be like that. And you can call us. You get 10% off when a couple come for our New World Practitioner course. Okay? And that's only going to run until next week. It's only once a year. All right? Just so you know that. We do it once a year. That's our sweetheart thing. Okay? And people call me and I say, well, if you want, you can wait till then. We do it once a year and that's it. Let me see here. So like I said, the next course is March the 5th, and it goes to the 27th. If you still want to come to the a non-surgical, that starts next Tuesday, but you're going to have to get your button gear. Okay? And also, you can go to, we do a lot of shows that we don't keep on Facebook or YouTube, so you can go to my Telegram channel, and that would be t.me/the Doc of Detox. We're also on Rumble. We're also on Bitchute, okay? And we're also on Brighton, okay? So check that out. And if you want to know more about Ixtapa World Healing and Training Center, go to braveheartnation.com, okay? All right? Should we give it a shot and see if we can read the Braveheart quote together to end this all thing? Do you think we do it together?
Yes, we can.
And then Gad will finish it with a roar. What do you think of that?
Great.
Okay, all right. So why don't you kick it off and I'll follow you. I'll lead you. Right? Ready? So,
Okay.
there it is right there.
I will go.
Okay, go. Let you do it and I will sit back and just listen.
I am love. I am healed. I am a brave heart. Today and every day, from a moment I rise till I gently close my eyes, I will trust, honor, respect, protect, forgive, and totally love myself first and foremost before anyone else or anything else. So help me God, because I am healed. I am a brave heart.
Yes, you are. Thank you.
I want to say one more thing. Don't be afraid to make mistakes, because it's the only way you will grow. I was afraid. I was never able to be in front of a camera and speak even in Croatian, and now I'm speaking in my English that I never have learned. It's who cares if I make mistake?
And we need you to find your brave heart, because for every person that doesn't care about when they fall, but what matters is that you pick yourself up. And you may fall 9,999 times, but on that 10,000th time, you're going to nail it. It doesn't feel good when you perfect something. And then as soon as we do get good at something, what do? We go find something else to mess up for a while until we perfect that. Just know that you are beautiful, know that you are a genius, and know that you are unconditionally loved, which created the whole universe. And you're unconditionally loved by me and Christian. Right, Christian?
Right. We love you.
3, 2, 1. You got this, Braveheart.
You got this.
Thanks for joining us. You know, it's not good enough to have the most powerful courses, treatments, and training. We want to deliver to you the adventure of a lifetime that's going to last a lifetime. And I'm going to take you on a little adventure right now and show you what we are going to deliver. What are we going to deliver? We are going to deliver the authentic you, the real you, the genius inside. How would you like to become not just the master of your mind, but the master of your body, the master of your life? You know what? The most important world is your world, and we're about to show you how to create it.
Found Dr. Wolf and all his positivity and trying to reshape our way of thinking and help me be a better person, a better mom, better wife. I'm glad I found him in person in Ixtapa, Mexico.
Never limit yourself to beautiful, because that's what you are. Take a look at this beautiful place. We all deserve beauty in our life. You need to create a new program that is unlimited when it comes to things that are beautiful, things that make you happy, things that make you shine, things that make you feel excited. Let's get excited.
This guy's got something really interesting to say and he's sharing it really openly and we're just really not caring what other people think, and I just thought that was really empowering.
What I've learned in my life is this: to be the change you wish to be the change you wish to see, Braveheart, you have to understand you take life one step at a time.
Dr. Wolf, as many people will have seen, is very direct and straight and will take you to the edge of the cliff, as he says, and then pull you back just in time.
Never lose your focus. Never lose your dream, because you are the dream maker. It's called image, but guess what? It's your imagination. The image that you hold creates the thought that you live with. That thought creates an emotion that creates a frequency, and we know that the invisible creates the physical. I mean, that's quite obvious. So be the power that you seek, and understand something, that all your thoughts matter. And guess what? Unless you're willing to take a look at those thoughts and retrain your brain, change your personality, you'll never change your reality, and your reality could become infinite.
He's a wealth of information, and I love it.
You were created by your creator to create. So let's create something amazing together.
I found Dr. Wolf and I went, wow, here's a truth speaker. And he spoke to my soul and he spoke truth.
So tell me what you think of the destination that I came up with my imagination to hold the whole life coach certification for you. Understand something. It's all about beauty. It's all about adventure. It's all about stimulating the mind, okay? And understanding that your mind is unlimited. And that is what the whole life coach certification is all about. In the whole life coach certification, we are going to go deeper. We have people coming to us, professionals coming to us, from doctors to nurses to accountants to oil riggers to mothers that want to expand their life. And when they come here, they go, I need to learn to help my family, or I want to improve my business. But guess what? We get into their business. When they leave, they become the change that they wish to see, that they wish to be. They become the gift to the world, because when you can stay in the present, and you can't do that until you have unconditional love and care for yourself. And I'll tell you something right now. I have hardly even found 1 out of 1,000 practitioners, or even so-called whole life coaches, that can hold the present moment and own it and then give it as a gift. And this is what I'm going to give to you. And when you come here, this is where you're going to come into this room when you need to find alignment, you need to find balance, and you need to get back into your lion heart breath, because we're going to go deep into your heart and we're going to become the spark that you seek.
And actually what I really love about Dr. Wolf's teachings is that unconditional love is literally it. And then you're like, how can it be that easy? That's just silly. So, but it's really not.
Come play, come stay, come train with us today. Understand something. I know we have fear, but understand, that's just false evidence appearing real. I get it. Stick your toe in, feel the water, but then I want you to dive right in, because
How I found my brave heart was through Daryl. He really teaches you to go within and go in through your heart and not your mind, because your heart's a lot more connected to so much more than your mind. Your mind is just so conditioned and your heart is just so open and beautiful.
You're the answer that you've been looking for. Let me teach you how to fly. What does that mean? First, love yourself, Braveheart. Let's take life in and win.
I had just lost my husband a couple of years ago. With his passing, he gave me the greatest gift to love myself. But Dr. Wolf gave me the greatest gift in understanding that.
I had a dream 3 years ago that I would live in Mexico and I would have this training center, this teaching center, this treatment center that would touch the world. Your dreams are never too big. And when they start to create a little bit of anxiety, turn them into excitement. And get excited, because this is your life.
He's the first doctor that I have encountered that has truly given me the truth, and not just half truths, but the full truth. So it's been revolutionary for me in my healing process.
And this, my friend, when you take on the dream of all dreams, and you realize that if you stay connected to your breath, that you can have it all. Do not let anybody take your breath away. Do not let anybody steal your dream, okay? Listen, God gave you imagination. This is your sandbox of life. Take your life back. Right now, we are teaching courses to people that have come from all over the world, and the government is saying you can't travel, you can't breathe, you can't have this, you can't come together. Yes, we will. And we will do it with unconditional love for each other. And we will learn to grow. We will not judge each other. We'll observe and see where we can support each other. But at the same time, we will hold the Braveheart line, because this is the only way that we can grow. So find your roar, because you're so much more. And learn this. You are the unconditional love that you've been looking for. You are the dream maker. I can't wait to see you. We want to become that small piece of the puzzle that brings your dream together. Thank you.
Let me ask you a question. What do you think it would take to turn your life around? I can tell you right now, I learned that a long time ago, what the key was. And anybody that has been able to perfect the perfect day on an emotional, physical, and spirit level knows this. The answer is massive, personal action. That's what it's going to take for you to turn your life around. And to turn your life around, you're going to have to go within if you want to change without. And that's the bottom line. And you know, people think that they can do it like with a consultation, or maybe they can do it with a telephone call, or a Band-Aid, or a 911 emergency, a treatment. But understand, that's not the way it is. The day that you realize that when you master your mind is the only time you're going to master your body. Forget your life. That's always going to be just random luck until you know that you must become the master of your day. From the moment you rise until you gently close your eyes, you must be the only authority for you. And if you think that getting an hour consultation is going to do it, it's not. If you think that going for therapy is going to do it, it's not. You have to submerge yourself into what we would call the personal treatment and training. And you need to do that from anywhere from 6 days to 10 days, or you need to come for my whole life coach certification, because if you don't go in deep, you'll never make changes. They say it takes 10,000 times for you to repeat something before it becomes a prominent, dominant thought. And if you understood that 70 to 90% of all your thoughts are not yours, and they say that 70% of your thoughts are toxic, tell me they're not. Take a look at the majority of the population. 92% of the population has an autoimmune disease, which means the body is attacking itself. Before that, though, the person was attacking themselves on a subconscious, unconscious level. And that, my friend, is the bottom line, and why you must take a personal treatment and training and go deep and understand how to run your life. What that means is learning how to think, how to drink, how to eat, and knowing when somebody is mistreating you, when someone is disrespecting you, because until you honor and respect yourself, no one else is going to do it. So understand, this is your life. If you want to live your passion and purpose, then you must become the master of your mind to become the master of your body, so that you can become the light for your family. So please, consider this. You've got the time and you've got the money, because you're going to change the rest of your life for the rest of your life, and that's my guarantee to you.